Do you ever feel like the English that you're speaking at work is sounding too casual, not professional, a little bit unpolished? Ever felt that way? Maybe you're using the right words, but something about how you're actually speaking doesn't sound too professional. Today, in this short video, I'm going to show you a few things we can do, a few tips, how we can fix common mistakes that we make and sound more professional, more polished, clear in English without actually having to, learn long rules of grammar, which is difficult, right? We just need to speak well. Yes? So let's go into some tips. Do you think this will help you? If you think yes, this will help you, please put a comment right now saying yes, I'm going to learn this. I'm sure it's going to help me to sound more professional, to be more professional in my speaking, and therefore it's going to help me in my career. So are we ready then? If you want to stand out at meetings, make your emails look great, and have some great conversations sounding professional, well then, keep watching, okay? So welcome to my channel, Learning with Sanjeev. I'm really happy and grateful that you're here with me. Are you ready to transform your life? Shh, keep it quiet. It's powerful, okay? All right, let's start then. So what are the most common 5 mistakes that we make, what are the 5 most common mistakes we make that make us sound less professional? Number 1 is using too many filler words. You know what filler words are? When you're talking about, like that. So those are some filler words. So why are we using filler words or filler sounds? It's because we don't know what word to say there, or while we are thinking of the word, we are actually filling up our sentence with other words which are not really necessary, or sounds which are not too great. So what do we do here? So what are some of the common things? So why it's unprofessional when you use filler words is it makes us seem hesitant, unsure, less confident. And they actually reduce the impact of our message, making you and me sound unprepared. So finally, communication is all about the impact that we create with our message, the impact. What I'm saying, are you feeling what I'm saying? Do you want to do what I'm asking you to do? Do you understand what I'm saying? That's all about the impact. So it doesn't matter if we speak grammatically incorrect English sometimes, right? Or we make a few mistakes here and there. It doesn't matter. What matters more is the person who's listening to us understanding what we are saying. So while we try to be professional, while we try to get everything right, you and I, because English is not our native language, we might make mistakes. And that's all right. Don't worry about it. What is more important is continue to speak, continue to improve, continue to grow, continue to try to be more and more professional, but focus more on the impact. That's really important. Okay, so getting back to filler words. What are some examples here? I think we should try a new approach, So many filler words there, right? What would be a better way of saying? We should try a new approach. That's it. Another example. Well, I kind of guess that we should maybe change the strategy. What's a better way of saying that? I believe we need to change the strategy. That's it. So again, I guess I kind of feel like that we should change the strategy. The correct way, I believe we should change the strategy. So how do you get rid of filler words? One is, instead of saying the or the like, be very conscious of what you're saying and maybe pause till you know what word you want to say, but don't use the filler word. Speak a little bit slower. It doesn't matter. Speaking slower is always good because people will understand us better. So instead of the filler, I can do this, right? I can say, we should try a new approach. That's good. And as we keep trying that, we keep practicing, it will flow off easier from our lips. Ultimately, we could say we should try a new approach. All right? So that's number 1, filler. So you can try a small exercise where you record yourself speaking for 1 minute about something, some problem at office, or something that you like to communicate with a friend, or you like to communicate with your supervisor, your boss, something, or colleague. Record yourself for 1 minute and listen and count how many times you say filler words like that. And then do it again and try to see, can you record yourself, can you speak this time with a few pauses and less or no filler words. So that's one way we can improve. All right, good. The second mistake that we make is overusing informal words at work. So work is a more professional setting, isn't it? And there are certain words which sound unprofessional, or it's just too informal. What are some of these words? Some casual words are sounding too relaxed and can make us seem, unprofessional or not so serious, right? What are some of these words? Words like guy, cool, gonna, wanna, So these types of things don't fit in a professional setting, right? You can say, you guys, hey guys, oh, this is really cool. Doesn't fit into all business professional settings. So we can replace our casual words with more professional alternatives, with better words, with more professional words. So a few mistakes on how to correct it. One mistake, that guy from finance sent some cool stuff about the project. Guy, cool. Instead of that, the finance manager shared some valuable details about the project. Sounds better, isn't it? Another example. I'm gonna check the report and get back to you. Gonna? Instead of that, I will review the report and follow up with you. I will review the report and get back to you. All right? Very easy. So again, even now remember in the early exercise, you record yourself for 1 minute. So you could actually use that same exercise and try to identify, are you using words that don't sound professional, that sound too casual? And can you think, okay, can I replace them with something else? The third mistake is speaking too fast or too softly. Why is this unprofessional? Because it's really frustrating, isn't it? One is trying to listen to someone who's speaking too fast, because speaking too fast makes it too difficult for people to understand you. Did you understand that? No. Or speaking too softly makes it also difficult for people to understand you. So it's very frustrating, isn't it, when you couldn't hear that? So speaking softly doesn't help, because people can't hear you, and that they want to understand you, they are trying to understand you, they're trying to hear you, but you can't because the volume is too low. So two common mistakes that we make: we sometimes speak too fast and people can't just understand what we are saying, or we speak too softly and people still can't understand what we are saying. So let's try to fix both of those. As we said earlier, practice speaking a little bit slower and making sure you're projecting your voice so that people can hear you. Projecting your voice is not speaking loud, but it's making sure you're throwing your voice across so that people can hear you very clearly. And slow down your speech, as we discussed earlier, and emphasize certain important words. I think we really need to focus more on this project. I don't think we can afford to have more mistakes. I know we can somehow get this right. There's emphasis. Spoke a little bit slower. Good? So a few more examples. Yeah, so basically I was thinking that maybe you could do this project fast and finish it and then review it again next week. Little too fast, isn't it? We should start the project next week and then we can review it. Clear and direct, or speaking too softly. I think we should move forward with this project. Better way, I think we should move forward with this project. Clear and direct. So an exercise you can do: record yourself speaking slowly and clearly. Not as slowly as this. I think we should proceed with this project. Yeah, that will be dead boring, right? And not as slow as that, but not as fast as I think we should proceed with this project. Too fast. Good way. I think we should proceed with this project. Good. Shall we try? Record yourself for a minute or two. Listen. It's all about being aware. What are you doing right? What are you doing wrong? How can you make it better? And then keep on trying, keep on repeating until we actually make progress and we move forward. The fourth mistake is sometimes as South Asians, we tend to think in our mother tongue and then translate that directly into English. And certain phrases don't actually translate well into English. Like what? I'm going home now itself. Yeah, right. That doesn't sound right, isn't it? I'm going home now itself. Instead of that, I'm heading home now. Or I'm going home now. We don't need the word itself. I'm going home now. Another mistake. We will do the needful and revert back. Instead of that, we will take the necessary action and get back to you. Another mistake. I will pass out from university next year. So in English, pass out means I'm fainted. So a better way of saying that is, I will graduate from university next year. And there are lots of other phrases also. But it sounds right, and it is right in our mother tongue, but when you translate it directly, it doesn't sound too great. So let's be a little cautious about that as well. So you can also use ChatGPT to ask, okay, so what are some of the phrases that we use in Hindi or Sinhala or Tamil or whatever other language that we speak, where a direct translation to English is not the correct thing. And I'm sure ChatGPT will give you a lot of options. The fifth mistake is not structuring our sentences clearly. So why is it unprofessional? Unstructured sentences can confuse our listener and make us seem disorganized. So, how we correct this is keep the sentences short and to the point. We don't need to just ramble on so that finally the person is listening to a long sentence that we are speaking, and at the end of it doesn't know, where did we go with this? Example, actually because yesterday's meeting got postponed, so I was thinking that maybe next week we can reschedule if that's okay. What's a better way of saying this? Yesterday's meeting was postponed. Can we reschedule next week? Simple. Another mistake. I wanted to just quickly check with you if it would be possible for you to let me know about the report. So here we have said with you, for you, twice. So easy way, simpler way, shorter way to say the same thing. Could you update me on the report? Could you update me on the status of the report? Could you tell me what's happening with the report? Short and sweet. Did we get some ideas there? Yes. So, what is the exercise we can do? Before speaking, just think, how can I say what I want to say in a short way, clearly, without filler words, and then speak. Actually, what we can do is, on a daily basis, on the way to work, just think about what kind of meetings we have today, what kind of interactions I'm going to have in the day, whom am I going to meet, what are some typical discussions that will happen, what are typical questions that will be asked of me, or what are things that I could actually say to contribute to a discussion or say at a meeting, and just plan out a few things. So then when this actually comes up at the meeting, I have something to say. Or I can even plan when I go in the morning and I meet my boss, what am I going to say about yesterday's work? What am I going to say about the project that we completed yesterday? What am I going to say about the work that we need to do today? What am I going to ask him? What am I going to say to ask him for some help that I need with the work that I have today? I can plan this, right? Maybe even write it down, and that's going to help you as well. All right. So we went through 5 problems that typically people have where we are sounding less professional or unprofessional at work. The first was using too many filler words like like, stuff like that. Then the second mistake was overusing informal words at work. Cool, that guy, I'm going to finish some stuff, I'm gonna, wanna, yeah, you understood that, right? The number 3 was speaking too fast or speaking too softly, both of which is extremely annoying. And these are actually mistakes made by even very, very good English speakers. So not really to do with the language as well. It is also part of communication skills, speaking so that people can hear you, projecting your voice, and not speaking too fast or too slow. It's like the Goldilocks principle, right? The speed has to be just right. Not too fast, people can't follow, can't understand. Not too slow, it's really boring, people are going to tune off. But, like Goldilocks, just right. Number 4 is where we are translating directly from our native language and then, speaking in English. Translating directly from the native language into the English. See, I made a mistake as well. Translating directly from the native language into English. So we all make mistakes, don't worry about it, right? Directly from our native language into English. And sometimes the translation, it doesn't directly translate. And number 5 was, not structuring our sentence clearly. So we just ramble on, it's a long story and it's going, not sure where it's going. So instead try to make it short and sweet, clear, direct, professional. All right, good. So we discussed 5 problems and 5 ways of solving these problems. I'll be really happy to hear from you how it goes, whether this video helped you. Please put something in the comment. Tell me how this is going to help you. Tell me what kind of other videos you would like me to make for you. Tell me about some of the challenges you're facing. Maybe there's some way I can help you. So thank you so much for watching. It's been great having you on the channel, spending some time with me. Till the next time, stay safe and stay blessed. I'm Sanjeev. Have an awesome day.